Methane is one of the most powerful greenhouse gases, along with carbon dioxide known as CO2, that are produced. Methane, however, is much more destructive than CO2, as it has a global warming potential of 86 times of that of CO2 in a 20-year time frame. Like CO2, this greenhouse gas stores the heat within our atmosphere, thus increasing our planet's general temperature. Methane is typically produced from ruminants, large hoofed herbivores such as cows. While many ruminants exist, cows are the mass contributor of methane and CO2 within the meat and agricultural industry. These cattle grazing animals are the guilty party of producing methane, as they do so through the everyday task of merely digesting food.
Defendant Cow, representative of the beef and dairy industry, how do you plead?
Not guilty by reason of nature.
Prosecution, you may now submit your opening statement.
Yes, Your Honor. People of the jury, consumers, friends, allow me to expose the horrors brought upon us by cows.
Ruminants have 4 compartments in their stomach, with the most notable compartment being the rumen. There, particularly digested food is stored and later fermented. However, as vegetation such as grass ferments within the rumen, greenhouse gases byproducts are produced and released, such as methane. Out of many ruminants, cows are the leading cause of global warming, with a concerning report of 99.48 kilograms of gas emissions produced from every beef product produced. The beef industry already requires a lot of natural resources, primarily land and water, that contributes to global warming via the industrial demand for practices like mass deforestation, which contributes an estimated of 1.5 billion tons of CO2 each year. Unfortunately, the contribution to global warming produced by cows increases as the demand of beef increases.
Objection!
Objection! You're the defendant, Cow. Your legal counsel, however, can enter.
Stop! I'm sorry. Isn't there anything that can be done? I don't want to go away for life. Please.
Order! Silence!
Please.
Silence in the court!
I'm sorry.
Prosecution,
No need, Your Honor. There are reasonable actions that can be taken. Despite the wrongdoings of and charges upon cowkind, the people have a role of fault as well.
As we wait for future developments within the beef and agricultural industry to revolutionize their current practices to benefit our planet, we can revolutionize our current practices as well. Rather, we can make changes to our current dietary practices. While a vegetarian or vegan diet would be most beneficial, we understand that many of us would want to continue eating meat. How could we not? It's delicious. For this, we highly recommend that you consider meat alternatives, or rather, alternatives to beef in general. One of the most sustainable meat alternatives available is chicken. Since 1965, the poultry industry has prioritized minimizing the amount of natural resources used in order to minimize their carbon footprint. Today, 58% less water is used, 72% less farmland is in command. The chicken feed used consists of natural crop combinations such as corn and soybean meal, and the byproduct of chicken waste is recycled into organic fertilizer for crops. Not to mention that chickens, in fact, produce no methane, resulting in a 35% decrease in greenhouse gas emissions.
In addition to being environmentally sustainable, the consumption of chicken greatly benefits our health. According to an article published by Healthline.com in 2020, chicken's protein to calorie ratio is unbalanced, with chickens having more protein than calories. With more protein than calories, chickens can increase healthy weight loss, muscle growth, and bone health, along with being a useful source of B vitamins such as B6 and B12.
As useful as they might be, cows, or rather beef production, are incredibly detrimental to our environment, with the unfortunate guarantee of worsening our global warming crisis. With this, it is vital that we, as consumers, advocate for an improvement within the beef industry, and that we, as a community, reduce our beef consumption and turn to alternatives like chicken to improve our crisis. In addition to this, a variety of different meats and diets other than just chicken are encouraged. For instance, you could eat chicken one night, vegan meals for 3 nights, salmon for 2, and end the week with vegetarian, to reduce both our own contribution to global warming and to reduce the demand for beef.
Bold presentation, Prosecutor Earth. Now then, Cow, you've been found guilty on all charges and are being given the consumption penalty.
What? But what about my...
Moo. Ha ha.